We're talking about love and what effects that it has for us as a culture and as society. And we're on part 2 of this message. And what I'm asking is everyone to also do their research to see all the stuff that we have going on with our kids. You see the violence, you see the strings of murders, you see the guns, the doping, the there's just so much going on even in our schools. Kids are, having sex in school, whether it be a girl with a girl or a guy with a girl or a guy with a guy. There's just so much that's happening in our schools. I mean, I'm not labeling anyone as far as sexuality is concerned, but I am saying that a lot of things are transpiring in the schools that I think a lot of people are unaware of. So I would encourage everyone to do their research on what I'm talking about today, because you will be alarmed at all the things that we have going on, even the impact concerning, HIV and AIDS and everything that we have going on. It's just that we have this sense of, or I have this sense of feeling like people don't care anymore, even though I know there are people out there like myself that do care what happens to our youth. So I'm just asking those people who do care to get involved, to help, our organization, or even partner up with us to do things to help the youth, bring them out of what they're in. I was looking at some statistics the other day that I wanted to share with you all as well. Is that we have this alarming statistics right now concerning African American males and the death rate and the imprisonment rate. It's almost like we are an endangered species now, because the way society is set up primarily for our destruction. Um, and I'm not saying that society in itself is coming after us. I'm saying that we have got to know who we are. We're dealing with the sense of identity again. And this is dealing with our youth, that they have to have the sense of identity, the sense of belonging to something for the good. Back onto the statistics of what I was talking about, is that the alarming rate that I saw here recently is that within the year that we had 40,000 African American males graduate from college. Meanwhile, we had 800,000 being incarcerated. And we look at the ratios of that, it's almost so alarming that it should cause your heart to palpitate right now, because it's just shocking. Even though we know it exists, what are we doing about it to curb the appetite of these kids that are going into these dangerous zones, getting into these dangerous venues, doing these dangerous things that create jail time, that creates death? What are we doing to prevent that? I know that we have multiple organizations out there. I've been exposed to a lot of non-profit organizations. And what I would encourage is that we come together as a family, not as an entity, but come together as a family to help our kids. Because we have so many people that want to do good for society, but we have it so spread out in numbers, is that we're not working together as a whole. We're working together in a sense as an individual, where this one group gets a group of kids, we may get a group of kids, someone else may get a group of kids. But if we come together as a family, I think we can do so much greater good for our cities, to make them better, to make them safer, to make our kids more educated, to make them want to be in school, to make them want to do athletics, to make them want to do whatever their heart desires, and not have a disruption because they chose an easy route to go where they were trying to go. Everyone knows that it takes hard work to become who you are, to reach your destiny. It's not an easy task, and we all know that. Most of the adults definitely know that. We've been exposed to the things that we've been exposed to. Some have, just damaged us beyond measure, but, some have just pushed us into where we were supposed to be. And it's all in how you perceive things when they happen to you. If you perceive it that it's a destructive thing and it will destroy you, that's what's going to happen. But if you perceive that it's something along the path that happened because you made a decision that was not favorable for you and now you're reaping the consequences of the decision, then 9 times out of 10 you create growth for yourself. The one thing that I've learned continuously is that, God gave us free will to choose. That's one thing that He did not take away from us. So if we have free will to choose, then we make our own choices. No one else can make those choices for us. We make our own choices, and then we have consequence after every choice. It doesn't matter whether it's bad or good, there are still consequences that come along with every decision that we make. And what we have to do is realize that that happens for each and every one of us. That our consequences, that our decisions, come with consequences no matter what they are, when they are, how they are. There's a consequence behind that. So I'm saying all that to say that is I'm begging everyone that's seeing this video to encourage your own self to do better. I know you may be safe in your own environment. You may have a nice house. You may have a nice car. You may have a nice job. You may have a nice company and you're doing well and you feel good about yourself. What about the kids that don't have access to what you have? What are you doing to help them? What are you doing to be a part of the solution as opposed to being part of the problem? I'm asking again and again for help. I need your help. We need your help. And you are important. You are important. Whoever's listening to this message, you are important. And we have got to come together as a group and save our children. I'm asking you, come together as a group and do what we have to do. We all have a purpose. We all have a destiny. And I think with that, we can progress tremendously. We can make things better. We can lessen a lot of the things that happen to our children. Even though they have free will to decide, we have to be there to encourage them. We have to be there to establish the foundation for them in order for them to grow into their next dimension. Remember, we were all kids. We went to elementary, we went to middle school, we went to high school, some of us went to college. But what are the underlying factors between all of those areas that stop someone from finishing high school, that stop someone from going to college? The key thing is love, respect, and we should offer help. Again, help, 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 help. Can't say that enough. Help, help, help. And I hope you're inspired by this message, and I hope that you will investigate even a little further, to see exactly what I'm talking about and to validate what I am talking about. I think some of you will know automatically, and listening to the last and third and final part of this message, I would encourage you to do so. And again, thank you.